We'll get started in just a moment. At this time, I will call the Budget, Finance, and Governance Committee to order and ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Sure. Councilmember Gruber.
Here.
Councilmember Martin.
Here.
Councilmember Monroe.
Here.
Vice President Harris.
Here.
President Melendez.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Clerk Washington. We have no presentations this month, but that's an aberration. We'll certainly have them moving forward. Happy New Year to the administration. Introductory number 16, authorizing an agreement for the 2024 Rochester International Jazz Festival. We found a very slight typo, so we need to motion to amend introductory number 16 to correct the year stated in the title of the legislation from 2024 to 2025. The amended legislation was submitted by the administration, has been provided to council members. Can I have a second on the motion to amend?
Second.
Any questions, comments, or concerns on the amendment? If not, there's been a motion, so I'll take a vote on amending introductory number 16. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. So now we vote on introductory number 16 as amended. Any questions, comments, or concerns on 16? If not, I'll take a motion.
Move it.
It's been moved
Second.
and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Introductory number 17, authorizing an intermunicipal agreement to fund Lilac Festival promotion services. I will start just by asking the administration, and I don't know if it's Director Pierce or if it's Kara, but or Deputy Mayor, asking the administration just to talk about this particular ask. We've not been in the business of funding the Lilac Festival before, so just explaining what's happening here.
Sure, I could take this one. So this year, LFI, the city sits on a board with the county and Visit Rochester, and that forms Lilac Festival, Inc. That body picks the promoter for the Lilac Festival. This year, there was an RFP process done with the board, and they selected a new promoter, not new to the festival, but she's on her own this year, started her own company, so she's well versed in the festival. She actually co-produced it last year, so we have great confidence, but times are definitely different than when they were 10 years ago. Most promoters replying to RFPs now don't have a lot of funds needed to get going. So this is a one-time influx of funds to the promoter just in year one of a multi-year agreement. The county is also contributing money, so this is authorizing an agreement with the county, and the county will direct the funds to the promoter.
Thanks. That's very helpful. When we had talked earlier, I actually didn't ask that question. How long is the agreement? How many years?
The agreement is a 5-year agreement.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So we're spending $50,000 this year.
Just one time.
And she's locked in for 5 years.
You got it.
Wonderful. Any questions or comments, Council Vice President?
Forgive me, Chair Gruber, I just got a question about the previous introductory. I can wait till everybody else asks questions, but I do have the question about that one.
Okay, let's focus on 17 for now, then we'll come back.
Thank you.
Any questions on Lilac Festival? Okay, if not, while we're in the
Sorry.
world talking special. Oh, sorry.
I apologize. I was trying to read my own note.
No,
here.
go ahead.
So how much is the county contributing? Is it an even same as us?
They're contributing more, 150.
Okay. And who was the previous promoter?
So this promoter, and she had a partner. So Jeff Springett was a promoter for many years, and he left us a little bit at the last minute before the 2024 festival. So we sort of put together quickly a consortium, like 2 promoters. So this promoter that's doing it now, she was in charge of some of the vendors, and then we had someone else in charge of the security. So this new vendor is going to be in charge of everything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If no further questions, since we're already talking to special events, I'd ask Vice President Harris to ask her question here.
Thank you. I'm not sure if, I think I heard last year that CGI was sponsoring for the last time. Is it this year or last year?
I believe last year was the last time, but I can verify that for you.
Yeah, and if not, can you provide us the name of the title sponsor for this year?
Sure.
Oh yeah, it's written in the legislation as CGI
Yeah.
still.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
No, no, your question is
I will
spot on.
verify for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And if they don't have a lead sponsor, so be it. But I think for the sake of our records, we should probably just have whatever the accurate name is.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you kindly.
All right, so let's take a vote on 17. I'll take a motion
I'll
and a
move
second
it.
on 17. Been moved
Second.
and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Introduction number 18 is authorizing an amendatory agreement related to the Racial and Structural Equity Commission's recommendations. I'll be holding this item at the request of the administration, just so that it's not clouded in mystery. My sense is that the hold is because this involves an intermunicipal agreement with the county, and there's just some ink that has to dry still. So we'll probably see it next month, I would guess. Okay, great. Introduction number 19, authorizing an agreement and appropriating funds related to the Financial Empowerment Center. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Sorry, I do have questions about the raise ordinance.
The actual legislation itself.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll ask those next month when we have it to vote in front of us. It's being held right now.
Okay, but it's being held, but it's on our list of questions, and I don't understand why I can't ask a question about it. Is there no one here to answer the questions? What's the issue?
Because the legislation's obviously changing to an extent, or there's something about it that's not ready now. So I'd rather, as the chair of the committee, I'd rather entertain questions with the final product than what we have in front of us right now.
Got it.
Instruction number 19, authorizing an agreement and appropriating funds related to the Financial Empowerment Center. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Move it.
It's been moved
Second.
and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Instruction number 20, approving wage and salary increases for employees of the Rochester Housing Authority. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Maybe, if you don't mind, President, while before I see Sean is here, Director Burr is here. Is there anything you'd like to say, Sean, since you're here? Any comments you'd like to make? You're welcome. Yeah. Okay, thanks. If you wouldn't mind just hanging on, because I suspect some of the questions may be for you. So, President Melendez?
Director Burr, you just answered my question, so thank you. I was going to ask around how frequent do we do this, and so 2 to 3 years, that helps. Thank you.
Any further questions on number 20?
Yes. Did salary.com do the previous evaluation? Salary.com, it says they were contracted to evaluate the salary ranges. Did they do the previous one also? So this is a different, okay. Could you talk about maybe why it was a different firm? Just thinking about competitive, okay. You put out an RFP and they were more competitive. Sounds good, thank you. Sounds good.
Okay, thank you very much, Director Burr. Appreciate it. I just have one point of clarity for law. I'd love to understand why we approve wage and salary increases for an entity that we don't have ultimately any control over.
Yep, that was my question when I saw the legislation come through too. So Section 32 of the Public Housing Law allows a housing authority to hire staff, set their qualifications and duty, and then reads, and subject to the approval of the local legislative body, fix their compensation. So the state legislature decided for whatever reason that the local legislative body has to say okay to any salary adjustments that the RHA does.
That's from the state, not from HUD.
That's from the state. That's state law.
Okay.
Yep.
Sean, does it first go to your board? It first goes to your board, then comes to us? Okay. Just curious. All right, if no further questions, I will take a motion on instruction number 20.
Move it.
It's been moved
Second.
and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Introductory number 21, authorizing administrative tax cancellations and refunds of $1,000 or less for 2025. Any questions, comments, or concerns? If not, I'll take a motion.
Move it.
It's been
Second.
moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Introductory number 22, appropriating firefighters' insurance funds. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Move it.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Introductory number 23, authorizing an agreement related to city employee time clocks. That's a lot of money for time clocks. Director Warren, I asked if you would just give a quick refresher from what we talked about in the December meeting about how this interrelates to some other things we've done recently.
That's correct. So if you recall, and I can provide a duplicate copy of this, I had passed around a one-pager when the 3 transmittals came to you in December. Seems like ages ago. But this one, this particular transmittal in front of you today for the time clocks did increase a little bit from what I had originally passed around. Apparently we needed a few more time clocks than we anticipated. The increase in the one-time cost there is approximately $27,200. But other than that, the ongoing annual cost remained the same as what I had passed around.
Vice President Harris?
Can you may have already told us this, but the migration, is the increase because of all the migration, or is it going up because we're transferring over to Workday and they're more expensive?
But I'm sorry, what was the last part of your question?
So it says here the 2025, the city will be migrating from Kronos to Workday.
Yes.
So is that where the the increase is, or is it because Workday is more expensive than Kronos?
So Workday is actually, if you take the cost of Workday and Kronos together, is probably pretty similar.
Okay.
The increase for turning on the increase for turning on the time tracking and scheduling is about $136,000. That cost goes away on the Kronos side because we're no longer using their timekeeper function for all civilian employees. The only thing in the next item, you'll see the transmittal for UKG or Kronos, which is the telestaff function, and that'll be for, that's police, 911, and the new putting fire into there as well.
Okay. So I think I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
President Melendez?
Yes, thank you. There's some upfront costs here, and there's a 3-year agreement. My question is, do we anticipate that even though we have just a 3-year agreement to be approved in future budgets, that we will be, for the long haul, using this technology and using this as part of our implementation?
I'll let Wendy Ross add. Oh, sorry, I thought she was at a seat.
I don't know if the mic is on. There should be a green light.
There we go.
All right, thank you.
Yes, so I'm the project manager on this project, and the anticipation is that we will be using Workday and Telestaff long-term. These are both cloud solutions, whereas what we have been using in the past was a on-premise, and we did not anticipate when we started those projects in 2014 that on-premise would become end of life. So we should be using these in the future, and especially with our long-standing experience with Workday, we believe that it's going to be functional and work for us long-term.
Great, thank you.
Councilmember Monroe?
And will this be seamless as far as the information that's gathered by time clock, that it can go right into our payroll system without having to have any additional keystrokes?
Yes, we're hoping that this will streamline the process, because when people clock in with the time clocks or do other scheduling time things on the website, it will be in Workday directly rather than in the old Chrono system. And so the movement from the time tracking into payroll should be smoother.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. If no further questions on 23, then I will entertain a motion. It's been moved.
Second.
And seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Instruction number 24, authorizing an agreement relating to software licenses and support services for scheduling the staffing of the fire, police, and emergency communications 911 departments. I would just refer people again to that memo that Director Warren provided us, and I'm sure that we have an electronic copy. Was it sent over electronically? If you wouldn't mind just sending it to Chief of Staff, that'd be great.
Yep, I will do that.
So-
And I'll update it for the additional cost from the previous transmittal.
Great. So I'll get that forwarded once again. But any questions on 24?
Move it.
It's been moved.
Second.
Seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Instruction number 25, a resolution approving appointment and reappointment to the Rochester Public Library Board of Trustees. There's one disclosure for this item for myself, as I am the council liaison to the Rochester Public Library Board. I'm only required to disclose this information, and I am able to participate in the discussion and the vote. I would just say that these are two wonderful board members, great additions to an already fantastic board. So I look forward to hearing any questions, comments, or concerns people may have.
Move it.
It's been
Second.
moved. Seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Instruction number 26, a resolution relating to appointments to the Board of Assessment Review. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Move it.
It's been moved.
Second.
And seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Instruction number 27, a resolution extending the rules of council through 2025. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Move it.
Second.
So I have a question.
Councilman Martin?
Thank you. So I think this is for law. If we were to amend these rules, we just go through a process where we introduce an amendment through the referral process, and we'd be able to make a determination.
That's right.
Amazing. Thank you.
Any further questions? Any comment, President Melendez, about the rules?
No comment. This is a extension of or continuation of the rules that were in place last year. I think the legislation should have been a 2-year run. I think is typically what we do. For whatever reason, last year we did it for 1 year. So this is just re-upping the rules.
Okay. If no further questions,
Move it.
It's been moved
Second.
and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Introduction number 31, a resolution approving an appointment to the board of the High Falls Business Improvement District Management Association. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Move it.
Yes.
Councilmember Martin?
Could you please send over a list of the current board members? That's it.
We can ask the High Falls bid to get that to us and send it to you, sure.
Sounds good. And could you talk a bit about the process of selecting Mr. Rowe for this position? And I see this was introduced by you, President Melendez.
Yes. So the High Falls bid area is in the northwest quadrant of the city, so I did reach out to the district council member about this. In addition to that, Mitch Rowe, the person we're considering, has served on the High Falls bid before in the past and has experience and has some, I guess you could say, institutional knowledge of the history of the board. So I thought it was appropriate to propose him as a candidate for this.
That's helpful. Thank you. Wait, last question. Do any conflicts arise with council having to vote on different parts that come in regarding the bid and having a council member's aide on the bid?
Potentially, I think we're going to have to assess those on a case-by-case basis, but that's something that has been discussed with the president, so we talked through that issue.
Sounds great. Thank you.
And if he were here, I would ask him to explain what the C stands for, but I'll let him do that some other time. Any further questions? If not, I'll take a motion.
Move it.
It's been moved
Second.
and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, and with no further business, the Budget, Finance, and Governance Committee stands adjourned.
I know what the C stands for, and for $5, I would happily disclose it.
I happen to also know, but I want him to say it.
Good. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Peace and blessings. Happy New Year. This is the first public safety meeting of the year, and we're wishing each and every one of you a new year and not another year, right? So hopefully all of your families and all of you are well, and we're going to go right into our business. It is customary, obviously, at all of our meetings, public safety meetings, especially the Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition, that we often take time for a moment of silence. We know we do not like doing this as often as we do, but nonetheless, we have had some very major incidences already this year, shooting-wise, across the country, and of course, even here locally in Brighton, major tragedy there. So just if you would join me, as well as recognizing the former president, Jimmy Carter, as well. Thank you. Thank you. At this time, I call the Public Safety Committee to order, and I ask the clerk, please, ma'am, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Lightfoot.
Present, ma'am.
Councilmember Gruber. Councilmember Lupian. Councilmember Martin.
Here.
Councilmember Monroe.
Here.
Councilmember Patterson is excused. Councilmember Smith. Vice President Harris.
Here.
President Melendez.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We have no presentations before the public safety business, so we'll go directly into our business. Introductory number 28, authorizing the grant agreement for the 2024 State Homeland Security Program. Any questions, comments, and/or concerns? Council Vice President Harris.
Thank you, Chair Lightfoot. I just got a question. I see in some of the transmittal information that you guys are doing the community emergency response training, CERT training classes. Will you guys be able to provide a schedule for the community? Is this public or is this just an internal training?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, there it is. Yes, I could provide that for you in writing. I believe it begins on the 18th at the public safety training facility. We had a successful one last time, but I will provide that for you in writing, a detailed schedule.
So the one that's the 18th of this month?
I believe so.
And, that's really soon. Is that going to be the only one this year? Because I have some folks that might want to get into the CERT training.
I don't believe it. We possibly will have a second one in the fall, like the one that just recently graduated. It depends on the number of people interested in order to make it cost effective.
Okay. So how do you guys go about promoting, how to get into these courses, or, how are they promoted to the public for them to be interested?
We use multiple platforms, but again, I can provide that for you in writing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Any other questions, comments, or concerns? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Move it.
It's been moved and second. Now we vote. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Introductory passes. Introductory number 29, authorizing agreement and amending the 2024-2025 budget for motor vehicle theft and insurance fraud prevention. Any questions, comments, and/or concerns? I see Councilmember Martin.
This question is for law. Is it possible to use city funds, or even these funds, to compensate people whose vehicles have been destroyed? Like, is there a way to set something like that up?
Yeah. I can give you an answer to that in writing. It's a little complex.
Yes, sounds good. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions, comments, and/or concerns? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Move it.
It's been moved. Now I need a second.
Second.
And second. Now we vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries. Is there any other business to come before the Public Safety Committee?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. President.
I did appreciate the public safety updates this time, and had a question for the administration pertaining to motor vehicle thefts, which kind of aligns with the introductory we just went through. But I noticed in the data that while we went down, we still had 2,000 plus motor vehicle thefts in 2024, which is double of what we had in 2022. Could we get an update on how the administration feels we are doing in this arena? I know that we had a really, really high year in 2023 with nearly 4,000 motor vehicle thefts, but in light of that, 2,000 still feels a lot, and we get a lot of emails in the council related to this being still a problematic issue, and would just like a sense of what the strategy is, as well as what the trending is looking like. Are we seeing it go down? Do we anticipate that there might be some more investments that we need to make? I'd just like to get a better sense of all those things.
Yep, thanks for that question. A lot of elements baked all into one question, and we'll get back to you in writing.
Thank you.
Are there any other business to come before the public safety? If not, if there's no further business, the Public Safety Committee stands adjourned. Blessings.
You want to see these? I don't know. They didn't make it all the way down.